welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today's video I'm very excited to do because it's something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I got the idea from like Smoky Glow and like Kimberly Clark. Tons of people have done them, tons and tons. So I wanted to put my own little twist on it. So today we're going to be talking about 7 overpriced / stupid, in my opinion, makeup products that we would have probably jumped off a bridge for. Like, we thought that we could not live without these makeup products. All the big beauty gurus had them because they sent them to them in PR before. And so all of us, like little lagger behinders, were just like not living our best life because we couldn't have these products. I've had a few of these products, but currently right now, I don't really have anything. I've used it all and I have not honestly repurchased it. So let's just go ahead and get into the first stupid overpriced makeup product that we thought we could not live without. So the first product is going to be the NARS Eat-A Brush. Who remembers this brush? I promise you, I would have cut off probably about 3 toes to get this brush. I wanted this brush so bad. I remember seeing Jaclyn Hill use this brush to do her like bronzer and stuff. This brush cost $55. $55 for one brush. Why would you pay like $60 for a brush, for one brush, not a brush set, but one brush, $55? And I was ready to pay it, you guys. It was always sold out because he was like, my child, you are not about to do that. Like, you are just not about to spend your money. Like, you work too hard for your money to spend $55 on one brush. So let me know down in the comments if you were one of those people who just thought that you could not live another day without the Eat-A Brush. Okay, so the next product is not too expensive, but it is still expensive, and it is the Anasazi Beverly Hills Contour Kit. Now, this thing took the makeup world by storm. Oh my gosh, I remember always going into Sephora and swatching this. I could not afford this at the time, like in my life, when I really wanted it and when it was really popping. And so when she finally came out with like the dark tones, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get it. Because back then it's like, oh, I need the contour kit, not even realizing that like probably the darkest shade won't even like show up on me because I was still learning. I just heard like contour and bronze and all that stuff, and I thought I could probably use everything in there. So when she came out with more shades, I was like, oh my gosh, I really have to get this. And I still never got that palette, and to this day I kind of hate that I missed that train. But looking back on it, it's like the things that I use now for contouring and bronzing, I use like the Morphe, I think it's like 8H palette, and it's like $12, or I think at max it might be like $20. It's got highlighters, it's got bronzers and contours in it, and I freaking love it, and it's so cheap and affordable. Okay, so the third thing is a beauty blender, and I definitely had my share of beauty blenders. I've had so many of them I can't really remember, but I remember it got to a point where I wasn't going to spend $20 on a sponge. Like, I needed a new one, and I'm like, I just cannot do this right now. Like, this is just cannot be what's happening. I'm not spending $20 on a sponge. And then by that time, people were kind of really making dupes, and they were decent dupes. And so I got into the Real Techniques sponge, and I never looked back. That sponge is amazing, and I love it to this day. I haven't used a real beauty blender in like years. I can't remember the last time I used it. I cannot spend $20 on one sponge anymore, especially when there are so many amazing dupes out there or other great beauty sponges. So the fourth product that we thought we could not live our lives with were the Smashbox primers. Raise your hand if you thought your makeup game was not going to be on point if you did not spend $36 on one of these primers. I think I bought a blue one, and I got a little clear one, I think. I'm not sure, but I tried them before, and I think back then it was like the placebo effect. I thought that my makeup was just so good. I thought my makeup was just killing the game. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is the best primer ever. I'm gonna buy these things forever. I'm gonna pay $40 for this primer forever. And just like everything else, I got to a point and I'm just like, this is too much money. This is ridiculous. I remember those good old Smashbox primers. I think I just love them for the moment, and I really love them for just being able to use them and have them when they were popping, and then like people just started to get hip and was like, we don't need this. We don't need to spend $40 on a primer for our makeup to be good. Like my primers today, all of them from the drugstore. I used e.l.f. Booster Drops, e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, and the NYX Bear With Me Jelly Primer. Like collectively, we're looking at about 22 bucks, I think, or maybe 30 tops. We're looking at 30 bucks for 3 primers. And you're talking about 40 for just one. Like, cut it out. Okay, so number 5, we are gonna talk about the Urban Decay setting sprays. These setting sprays are $33. Now, let me tell you, if you go back to like my older videos, baby girl, all your girl was using was the Urban Decay All Nighter. Like, Urban Decay All Nighter and Fix Plus. Like, I was not setting my face with anything else. I used to pay. Sometimes I would get the $15 one, the smaller one from Ulta, or sometimes I would just splurge and get the bigger one. And sometimes they had like a deal where you could get 2 for the price of 1. And oh my gosh, I used to love that. And sometimes I would do that. I used that setting spray for so long, and I still really like that setting spray to this day. But my makeup has been thriving and surviving without it. I use now, I swear, this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go. This stuff is like $4 and some change. Like, I have just gotten to the point where I know what works with my skin, I know what techniques to use, and I can kind of manipulate any product that I have to make it look great. And I just don't need to spend $33 on the setting spray anymore. There's so many other great options, especially at the drugstore. Everybody has a setting spray, and you just don't need to spend that much on one bottle. That stuff is really good. Let me tell you what is really good. Oh my gosh, what is that stuff? It's blue Final Sale from Amazon. That stuff I think is around like 12 bucks for like a smaller bottle, and maybe like 20 something bucks for maybe a bigger bottle. That stuff, if you really want your makeup to last all day, that stuff is literally super glue. I love that stuff. It's normally used for like theater makeup, but if you're looking for something to hold your makeup in place, like it's literally not budging, your eye makeup, your lip makeup, like nothing. Final Seal, I get mine from Amazon. I need to order some more actually. That stuff is pretty good. So you really don't need the Urban Decay like all-nighter spray. If you want to, you can, but it's overpriced and you're surviving and thriving without it. Number 6, oh my gosh, we're making our way down the list, are the Glam Glow Mud Mask. $59 for a mask. Who remembers the good times in YouTube where all the big beauty gurus were telling us in order to have great, hydrated, healthy, just juicy skin that you needed to spend $60 on a mask? One mask. It's like, I feel like it's smaller than this, but it's pretty much $60 for something like this big. A mask. Oh my gosh, I'm all about actually investing money into skincare. I love it. I love it, I promise. But me personally, $60 for a mask when those Freeman masks work just as great. And they have so many different types. Like, I love those Freeman masks. Now you can get masks like individually for like $2, $3, $5 if you want to get fancy. You don't need to spend $60 on a mud mask. Oh my gosh, I remember I literally was ready to chop my foot off in order to just have the opportunity to get like a sample. Oh my gosh, I really wanted to spend all of my hard-earned money on one of those Glam Glow mud masks, and I never could do it. And so the last thing on my list, number 7, of the things that we thought we could not live without, and that is anything from Sephora. I thought long and hard about putting this on the list, and I decided to do it because I remember that there was a time where I thought that I was not going to be successful in YouTube or Instagram or whatever if I did not go to Sephora and spend a whole bunch of money. I would sit there and stress over and over about how can I get like at least $100 to go buy something. To go to Sephora, I need to buy stuff. I need to buy stuff. Like, I was so consumed in like buying the latest things, making sure I got things before they sold out or anything limited edition, I needed to get it. I just remember really being consumed by that stuff. And I was like, I'm letting people who get this stuff for free, or they just have the money to buy it, I'm letting them dictate how I'm spending my money. And that's just not good. Like, it's just, it was very unhealthy. And back then, that was all I could think about, was how can I get more money to buy makeup? Sephora. And now I haven't been to Sephora in forever. I literally get everything from Ulta or from the drugstore, Target, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens. And even though you can get like kind of the same things at Ulta, if I need to, I'll just get it from there. Sephora's great and all that stuff for what it is. Of course, you're gonna, like, if you're, you know, into makeup and that's your thing, of course, if you're in the mall and you run by a Sephora, it's like, I'm gonna go in there and see what's in there. It's just in your nature, you're a makeup lover. I wanted to put that in there because for anybody that feels like, oh my gosh, I need to stay on top of like what's new, what's trending, like, don't. It's not gonna matter in like 3 years. At this point, it's not even probably gonna matter by the end of the year. Like, nobody's gonna be talking about that stuff, I promise. Like, it's not gonna really sell out. Like, you're gonna be able to get it later. Like, it's fine. It's okay. Don't stress. Okay, you guys, so that was my little list of everything that was stupid and overpriced that I thought that I could live without, and probably you thought you couldn't live without either. I'm pretty sure that there are tons and tons of other products that I could put on this list, but these were the things that just kind of hopped into my head when I first thought about this. And so I would love to do like a part 2. Please let me know down in the comments what are some of the products that you thought you just could not live without, or I really want to know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I do accept both, and leave a comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please have a great day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.